Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. The Emil 1951 is in the store. Unfortunately, it is for crates. You all know how I feel about tier 8 tanks in crates, so we're not gonna go there. We're gonna look at the tank and compare it to the Emil 1, which is in the Swedish tech tree. Now, the DPM ever so slightly better than the Emil 1. The penetration is quite a lot better at 230 millimeters. It does have less alpha, slightly up on the rate of fire and slightly down on the reload. Everything else, I mean, the aim time, dispersion, the gun depression, the speed is a bit more than the Emil 1, but what this tank doesn't have that the Emil 1 has is the armor profile. The armor profile is down against the Emil 1 at 160 mil on the turret, compared to 180 from the Emil 1. Also, the whole armor is slightly worse on the front, and as you can see, the side and the rear is pretty much halved compared to the Emil 1. Now, everyone was waiting for this tank. It was kind of OP during the test, and Wargaming pretty much stopped the sale and nerfed the tank. And now the Emil 1 is better. The Emil 1's much better. Everyone was thinking, I can't wait for this tank. It's going to be, if the Emil 1 is OP, then this is sure as hell going to be even more OP. Yeah, it is not. Now it's not. The Emil 1, I would say, is much better than this tank. It's all about the turret. For me, it's all about the turret. It's still a good tank. It still is a really, really good tank. It does come with a legendary camo, the Viking. Honestly, my personal opinion, I don't like it. I think it looks hideous. But that's my personal opinion. You guys might like it. I'm probably still gonna, if I do get the tank, which I'm not gonna try, I might buy a couple of the 2 for 1 if they're on special, but that's normally all I ever buy, because if I spend £10 on the tank then and get the tank in the first or second crate, then it's worth it. But I would honestly say stay away from the crates. It is tier 8 and it's not worth being in crates. It's a good tank, but I just wish Wargaming would just sell these outright. Now, this game here, you might think I'm a bit of a noob, but I can't move. I can't move at all. And now I'm able to move. I'm able to get the shot off, and I'm able to track him. Now, as with all auto loaders, guys, remember this is not an auto reloader. It is an auto loader. You fire 3 shells. You don't reload any of them in between until you've fired all 3 shells. So remember that it is a bit different, the same as the Emil 1. It is just a 3 shell auto loader. So bear in mind that it's a tough tank to carry in because of that big 21 or 22 second reload. It's a very, very tough tank to carry in, indeed. So always have cover, always have protection from your team if you can, and if you're alone against 3 or 4, then you have to trade shots from distance. You have to get these shots off, run away, or at least hide to get your reload in, and always go for the lower hit point tanks, because you will be able to clear them with the 3 shells. So this game here, me and the E5, I mean, the E5, I actually spoke to him after accidentally. He sent me a replay 2 days or so after this battle, and I was just like, I remember that name from somewhere. And I'm like, hey, dude, you was the M103 that we both carried in. And he was like, oh yeah, cool. So I wish this was for sale. I wish if this was outright for sale, then I probably would buy the tank. But because it's crates, I'm not going to invest an awful. I'm literally going to buy, as I always do with the tier 8 crates, the 2 for 1, the first offer that you get. Normally, what is it, around £7 or something like that. And that is all I'm gonna do. I've tested the tank, I've aced the tank a few times, so there's no real reason for me to sit there and I want this tank. It's a good tank, really is a good tank, but honestly, get the Emil 1. Just get the Emil 1. It's a better tank all around. This bot here, FCM, we're only going to get one shot into him because sadly he decided that he wanted to drown himself. So GG FCM. But you know, we picked up the damage quite easily. 4.4k, nice amount of credits, 161,000 credits there. So it does make good credits, very good credits indeed. So we're going to have one more game in the tank. I'm actually performing really well in the tank. I'm performing really well. Getting a couple more big sort of 4k, almost 5k damage. So you do pick up the damage really quickly, and sometimes you do sit there and think like, how am I on that much damage already? Normally with the auto reloaders, you pick up damage really quickly. But this is the same. Maybe it's the alpha. I really don't know. But you do pick up shots. You do pick up damage really quickly. Even though it doesn't have the armor profile that the Emil 1 does, you can still bounce shots. Of course, the turret, when you're angled, you can bounce them shots, and that's how you really sort of need to play this whole line, this tank and all the others, the Kranwagen, the Emil 1, the Emil 2. You need to play it on ridges, because these tanks on ridges are an absolute nightmare to deal with, especially if you get a Kranwagen that is hull down, that you can only see the turret, and you're in a tier 9, it's very difficult to pen, and a lot of them you can't pen unless you've got a big massive gun. I've done it a few times where like the Kranwagen, where I've been in, say, like an E100, the Kranwagen's hold down, I cannot pen him, and the only option I have is just to splash him with HE. They are very annoying tanks when they are played correctly, but that is only when they are played correctly. And this tank and the Emil 1 is the same kind of thing. Now, what I do love, because of the alpha and the 3 shots, is the HE on the thing. It does do over 400 damage. You can see there, even the AP, you can get up to sort of 350, 300 there. So you can do around 1,000 if you're lucky. Around 1,000 per magazine, which is pretty good. So we're going to reload our shell now. We're not going to just rush into this Borzit. We're going to wait to see what he does. It is a 4 versus 6. 4 versus 6, so a lot of work left to be done. But we are now reloaded. We're going to load up the HE, and hopefully we should easily be able to clear this Borzit with the 3 shells. There's 2 shells, and you can see that we do get a bounce on our turret. So we have bounced 1,175 damage. So you can clearly see you can bounce shots quite easily, quite comfortably when you are in the hold down position. We're on 3.3k, and it is now a 3 versus 5. 3 versus 5. But we do have 2 caps, so we need to play it carefully. We are still very low hit points, very low hit points, and it's now a 2 versus 5. So we just need to clear these lower hit point tanks. The Batchat is a very low hit point. We need to take care of him, not only because he's a tier 9, but he's a light tank, and he can overtake, he can recap the bases very quickly. You can see there the penetration is I'm gonna struggle to pen that 168 from this position. The bottom plate, of course, we will be able to pen no problem at all, even with AP. But at the minute we don't want to risk anything, because we need to clear these tanks. We're going to get 1 shot there. The Jag Tiger is a tier 9. You can see we're going to try and focus him now. He has a really good rate of fire, and again, he is a tier 9. So unfortunately we do miss that shot. The enemy have now recaught 3 bases, so we have to do something. Our WZ is full hit points, so at least he'll be able to take a few shots. We got lucky there that the Batchat didn't actually rush rush us. He thought we was reloaded. It's not his fault. He thought we was reloaded. I was reloaded. So he's like, no. But if he would have actually just rushed me, we would have been able to take him out. So there's 2 shells there. 2 tanks killed. The Tiger one is a one shot, so we're going to try and go for him, but the WZ does take him out before. And now all of a sudden, fair play to our WZ111. He does a really good job. But we're reloading now, and this is annoying. Like, I'm reloading. Go, says our team. I'm on a 20-second freaking reload. No, I'm not going to go. What is the point of me going? Go, they say. No, I don't want to go. I'm happy here. I'm happy reloading. I'm happy keeping my hit points. I don't want to die. If I die, then we could easily lose this game. But we managed to stay alive. We managed to get the kill, and we managed to win the game. 5 kills, 4.4k damage, and again, 145,000 credits. It's a very nice tank, guys. Very nice tank. But is it worth the crates? I would say no. But if you do get it, you are getting a good tank. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye.
With